on their own.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a cool look.
That sponge right behind it's so cool. I love those.
Actually, I'm on the rock, so that's kind of as close as I can get there.
What's that stocky thing in the back that has that chart on?
Some kind of chrysogorgid coral, looks like. Yeah, that'd be cool to look at too.
Wow, what a spot. Should I just do a little bit of like zooming around here?
Yeah, I think
Fly
we can
around a
just
little
kind of,
bit?
there's that one right behind the white sponge. Kind of interested in. I don't know
wow,
how
what is that?
to get in there, but
You have a suspicion about what it is?
I think it's a chrysogorgid, something in the chrysogorgid family. So we've been seeing a lot of
Can you give me a zoom video?
similar.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Go wide. Thanks, Albert.
Wow, there's just so much behind it too. There's a huge one back there.
Yeah, that's crazy behind
It's
the rock.
so big.
Go for zoom again video.
Oh, there's a giant something back there.
I'm watching my porch now. Thanks, Albert.
We could just take another Nisk in it and be at 100. Did just take one.
Like, just kind of want to float around, zoomed in. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up these little cattail guys. I haven't found a sponge that looks exactly like it, but
What's the orange one?
this one?
Yeah.
This is another one of our hemicorallium that's just colonized with zoanthids.
Right, okay. Okay, go wide video.
It's wild to me how many of them look like that at this site.
Wow, look at
Wow.
these
I wonder what's
cattails.
going on.
So you guys want to go over to the
amazing.
other side and see
Yeah.
the big one? Yeah, okay.
Wow.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, and can we have lasers back on?
Yeah. Are you guys interested in the big one? Okay.
Yes. Scientists are always interested in the big one.
Good to know.
Is that two? Or is that all one
It
from
looks
that?
like it's all coming from one base.
Wow. That's
Okay,
wild.
go for zoom.
Huh.
Yeah, giant bamboo.
That's a bamboo?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bamboos are maybe more on the order of hundreds of years. They're not quite as slow growing as the black corals. Yeah, interesting. There's like so much up here, I'm trying to like look up different stuff at the same time. Yeah, I haven't really seen one like this. If we had more time, I actually would say take a snip, but with 8 minutes, we might as well wait and see what the next group wants to do, because we're not going to finish that, I don't think.
I think on the other slope, kind of behind this.
Behind the vehicle or in front of the vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure this whole like area is worth spending some time, which is, we got here really fast, so the next group should be able to burn some time up here, which is kind of the benefit of scooting along.
There's one of those like cruise ball, like super thick corals that you like that I like so insulted earlier that I didn't really mean to.
It doesn't know.
What do you call the cruise ball ones again?
Chrysogorgid.
Chrysogorgid, got it.
Chrysogorgidae. Can we go out wide and just see what else is
go
up
wide.
here, please?
All of the things are here.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's so diverse.
Yeah, could we go around this guy and look at some of the stuff behind it?
Get to where?
Oh, sorry, we're changing over. That's all right.
Are you all the way wide, Nick?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Acanella, maybe?
I took a Nescan, yeah.
Video's gonna do a watch change.
10 more minutes, we would have hit 100 on our watch.
Well, this is ripe for a Niskin.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to wait and see what.
Looks like we're doing a full watch change here, so give us a little time for transition. We'll be back in about 8 hours.
We deserve it.
Beginning of the watch, we had a hard time.
Oh, I do have other stuff.
Science, you've been given the update?
What update is that?
The overall update is that they just found this place,
Yes.
and there's been no samples taken here.
Affirmative.
The other parts of the update is that the AC is struggling.
Yeah.
And also that since the ship has lost DP once and we're not sure of why,
Oh.
if we do go down a ridge or go off slope, we're going to want to line up accordingly so that if we get blown off, we're not going to get blown up slope.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we go down, we'll go down on the north side. Yeah.
So I think what I would like to do here is try and get a really nice frame of just how much we're seeing. So maybe come off the top a little bit.
Sure.
And be able to look, like if we come off and kind of parallel, or I guess perpendicular with this little valley, there's a lot happening down there.
All right.
So if we can look that way, and Marley can get some nice...
Yeah, can we turn the lasers, we don't have to do it right now, but can we turn the lasers off for just a second when we kind of just
When
get
we're
a
set
wide,
up,
pretty
yeah.
wide shot of everything?
And we can take a little bit of time. This is like probably the highest diversity and abundance that we've seen on
Did they
any
do
of
a
our
Niskin
dives.
here?
They have not yet, so we'll do that too.
I thought I just saw them do a Niskin.
They did, but it wasn't right here.
Ah, roger, understood.
It was before they saw all of this.
This is pretty cool.
This is super cool.
This is really very Seussian.
Yeah. And there's a lot of diversity, so it's not just like that we're seeing abundance, but there's at least...
Alexa, is this Iridogorgia?
This is, yeah.
Can we do a quick zoom, or can I
Yeah,
do a quick zoom?
yeah.
Jess, is that okay?
Yeah, Marley, for right
file
now, you guys work together, work with Jess, and you guys are in control. Do some video.
Sure.
Yeah, this is so beautiful.
Go ahead and push on in there, Marley. But
Now these are floppy ones, so you can get pretty close. You're
This
laughing
is-
at my description?
This is my favorite one.
This is the floppy corals. And the family Floppidae.
Miscommunication back here.
Yeah.
Somebody stop her.
Well, one of the things that you have to end up learning as a pilot is what can you get super close to and
Oh.
what can you not.
Yeah,
Right?
that's definitely true.
How is it going to react if you bump it, touch it, push
Yeah.
it?
Cool. So how close are you actually to that right now?
You can see it in
close.
Argus.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah. Wow, we're right up
it's
on it.
underneath the light bar.
Yeah.
It's cool, the Argus view, you really see the...
You want to
The
zoom in on
spirals.
Argus?
Oh man. Oh wow.
So there's single stocked white assemblages.
Bring it over some.
I think they're sponges.
Yeah.
I've never seen them, but they're not corals, I know that much.
They seem to be more like numerous than the other.
They
Yeah.
are.
And I think I don't think they were seeing those previous to this
Oh yeah.
little
Marley,
area,
just
so...
tap in past the
Yep,
little...
yep, thank
Yeah.
you. Yep, this is dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like it. I'll go back around the other side and we can get a
And you
look
can
over.
see like how it looks like mostly sponges have
Ever-
fallen into that
Oh,
kind of
wow.
valley.
Yeah,
So there's a
ever
bunch
wrapping
of
now.
dead sponge down there.
Yeah.
But obviously things have continued to settle here and honestly thrive. It's a really great spot.
Excellent.
So we just kind of came up on a little, I guess we're approaching a local high essentially. Does that sound right, Ben?
Yep.
So most likely just kind of the perfect combination of currents and hard bottom.
Yeah, it's a local high right by the contour of the main summit.
Okay.
So it's like this peak at the end of the ridge.
Ben, I know in the past you had discussed like the possibility of kind of getting stereoscopic mapping for like 3D imaging and, you know, Google Expedition type kind of video. do we have that capability, or what would it take for us to get it?
Oh, for the structure for motion stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a matter of processing it, really. Because the benefit of that is you don't need 2 cameras to get depth. To get real, true, like millimeter, centimeter scales, you need to have that camera calibrated, which I assume that her camera was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, Jess, this is awesome. If you just kind of want to lateral around the whole side of this feature, that would be great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll go up around the other side, and then we'll just kind of run through it.
Awesome.
Like a kid running through a forest. It's very cool.
Alexis, do you know what this big coral in the upper right is?
It's definitely a bamboo coral, but I'm not positive on the genus. Sam, on watch before us, thought it might have been Acanella, but I'm not positive on that. But it's definitely a possibility. But it has this really interesting, you can see how it's grown essentially in 3 directions. Yeah. So again, likely I think we're just like in a perfect condition for currents, where there was probably, Emil downstairs was talking too, that like internal waves interacting with this little local spot. So probably currents from multiple directions, which would fuel, they would get nutrients from more than one way, essentially.
Right. I'm really interested in all of those
Riley, are we full wide on Argus?
sort of single stalks that are definitely flowing in a current.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what those are.
I think they're sponges.
Some kind of sponge.
Yeah.
Sample?
Yeah, we should sample one, because we haven't seen those yet.
Roger.
But
I'll drive through here, and then we can get some
They're very
close-up shots. And
pervasive, right? I mean, just kind of growing off in every random direction.
Yeah. Almost like grass.
or like Emma was saying, cattails.
Oh,
Do they look
they
like
do look like
cattails? Yeah.
Oh, so cute.
That's a really great description.
I was wondering if they might be eggs of some kind.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll take a close
Ooh,
look when we finish with our overview.
Definitely seems to match the general zonation of the other corals, though. Like, they're not on the other side of this.
Right. And there's not many on this right side.
Yeah.
The large flat structure that we just passed over, that was a sponge as well, or was
Yeah.
sort of the brown?
Yeah,
Dead.
they look like
Wow.
a dead sponge.
You can
I'm
see how
not dead yet.
Pretty dead.
Let's be real.
Yeah, and it seems like this continues on up the ridge.
Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
we'll head up that way once we do a little bit more over here.
And that way is the desirable way for the ship.
Cool.
too.
So we're currently at 1,867 meters. So we've worked our way up from around 2,600 when we started the dive about 12 hours ago.
All right, so what do you want to look at first?
Let's take a look at the big coral.
Roger.
We'll
Big
just
coral.
take a nice close-up of that.
Roger.
Alexis is a kid in a candy coral store right now.
Literally. How many samples can I have, please?
Well, are we still doing the 2 rocks in a box before we can put in a coral?
I don't know. How many rocks do we have?
We have so much space.
Yay.
Yeah, I think we're doing all right.
All right, Marley, go ahead and push on a bit there.
So is it rare to see a bamboo coral kind of like tripartite like that?
I haven't
That's
seen
great
it
there.
Yeah, it's
very
pretty cool.
often. Yeah.
Because are
Water
they
around
usually
it.
planar? Like,
Yeah. Or they can be bushy, but it's not normally like so distinctly three
Right.
directions.
That's really
It'd be
neat.
more of like a general bush.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
all
so-
of the stalks on bamboo coral calcium based, or can you get different types?
They're all calcium based, so the white parts are all calcium carbonate, and then the little the nodes are the blackish parts are like a protein, like gorgonian. Gorgonian. It looks like most of the polyps are retracted, probably because I think the team before us was also pretty close to it, so it might have felt the water movement. They're pretty sensitive.
Did you want a close-up of the polyps there?
Yeah, we don't want to get too close to this one. It is pretty fragile, but...
Roger. Go ahead and push it in there, Marley.
Oh, open polyps. Good
Ooh,
shot.
Nice. Yeah, this could also be Jasonisis. That's another branching bamboo like this. So, and we see that more commonly here in the Pacific than Acanella, I think. Yeah, that's great. Is this something, do we think we could sample this, or would it be a little difficult to touch down?
Oh, I think it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, just like a small, we can snip off one of the tips of the branches here.
Yeah, how many inches do you want?
10 to 15 centimeters.
Let me go have a look, see where I can sit.
I wonder if you can perch on that, just off to that side.
Yeah, seeing either there or there. Let's see. We'll try out that side first.
It's because you have got the sponge in the way over here. There's like that rock you can get a toe on.
Wow, there's just so many.
Yeah, this is wild.
Yeah, that whole little gully might be empty. Enough for you to set down in there.
It's a fair point. It's probably safer than landing on the coral behind me. How big that thing is, it's huge.
This would be a really cool structure for motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like so
Definitely.
perfect.
Yeah.
You'd have a terrain difficulty, right? Because you wouldn't be able to go all the way around at like a good,
Yeah, you
the
wouldn't get
same
the
angle.
like pitchy angles, I think, as well, like underneath. But yeah, if you have a wide field of view and a lot of adjacent images, that stuff really eats it up well.
It's a nice view too
May have
of
to go
like
to
the
trash.
branching pattern. You get the really
What'd you say?
whitish
You have to go to
skeleton
China.
against the black background.
I just love how like stark those plains
yeah, I'd
are.
probably go
Yeah.
for right where you are.
Yeah. I'll change your heading though.
I just like how much they fill in everything with the little branches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Every little space is like, but nobody's touching, really.
right.
Well, that's one of the original rules of coral growing is no touching.
Different tree crowns will do that too, though.
All right, you wanna do me a
Forests.
favor?
Mm,
That's really cool too.
yeah,
And hit stick
definitely.
lock?
Ready?
Yeah. I feel like I'm disturbing that too much.
Yeah, how much current is there?
Not much.
Try to crank down on your Z-bias until you go past your 40. So keep cranking, bring it to like 50 and then see if 50 or 60 and then see if you can come off of stick lock and just see if it'll hold.
I'm a little bit down here too though. Let's see.
It seems decently stable. You know, you're not going to slip right? And you know you're not going to drive forward into anything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was flickering around so much.
Right. Yeah, and we can get some pretty good imagery before we do a. Because you've got a couple of corals and you've got some of the weird spongy things.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. That's beautiful too, with the black background.
All right, Marley, you can go ahead and do your thing. Go ahead and take some images of it.
Is that a pycnogonid in the center? Right in the where we're zooming in?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then there's another one at the bottom, it looks like. Yeah, the bottom one's a crinoid.
Whoa, weird. Look how those branches are all like twisted.
Yeah, rule breakers.
They've got like a zigzag pattern almost.
Well, and like these ones are like in clumps.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's like growing around something is what it looks like.
Encapsulating.
Whatever happened to no touching?
Yeah, it looks like an anemone.
Right?
Oh,
so it's probably like trying to.
Around.
Yeah,
That's so interesting.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Trying to like overcome it.
Have you seen that before?
I haven't seen the branches do that. I've seen like tissue grow over other things, but I've never seen the branches like essentially make a basket around them.
Right, yeah, I guess they're starving out the anemone.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Let's pan up and look at the pycnogonid.
Roger. Do a bump up.
Talk about a long game too.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Okay,
with the
so
black
this is
background.
cool because the okay, so the pycnogonid has its proboscis, looks like in an anemone that the coral is also growing around.
Oh my gosh.
Because the coral polyps are pretty small, so I don't think the
Pycnogonid would be on them.
yeah, it generally goes for anemones, which are like juicier.
And there's that little bit of yellow.
On where?
On the coral.
Upper right.
Like if you follow the proboscis.
Yeah,
the pycnogonid, so that would be your anemone foot.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Or like the hold fast. That's so cool.
Oh my
This is an awesome photo.
Yeah, it really is.
And you have some of those polyps still extended, which is interesting.
Yeah. You got more of the kind of branching and
the kind of clumpy branching at the top of the screen.
Tighter zoom on one of those as
well?
All right.
If we can.
Let me come a little wider, Marley, and I won't make people motion sick. Or
so
actually, I'll go to the one at the bottom.
Is a sea spider? Or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one more bump down. Go ahead and try that one there, Marley. Okay, one slight bump down.
Ooh, that's pretty neat.
You can go ahead and push in more if you want.
Really? That's full zoom?
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. the background with the sponges is really cool.
That's
like
true.
Ghostly.
Oh man, that's neat. Are those baby polyps kind of like growing on the stalk there?
Yeah, it looks they're a little smaller than the other ones. It's also interesting the polyp growth on some of the thicker stalks are not as prominent as on the thin branches. I think that's good. If we can zoom out, we'll look at where to take a sample.
Okay. Yeah, there's beauty. Did you also want to look at one of these sponges coming up here real quick before we take a sample? All right, Marley, go ahead and push out in there, please.
What are you?
Oh my gosh.
It does look spongish.
I mean, it does.
Yeah, it looks spongish.
I just don't know of little single stalk sponges like this.
They're behaving so nicely right now.
Yeah. Well, while we're here, we might as well sample that sponge as well as the bamboo coral.
If you insist.
Please.
Roger, let me know when you guys are good with your images and we'll come forward.
If we can just pan down just to see the base of it as well.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks like the one that's closer to us is dead or dying, and then the other one is more healthy. That's good.
Considering the rock, I don't know that that would be a slurp and scrape. I don't think you'd be able to scrape that foot off.
We do a trim and slurp.
Yeah.
All right, Marley, go ahead and come full wide.
High-tech ROV terms.
Trim and slurp. Combat.
Nice chrysogorgid right there too.
Do you want to zoom on that before we take samples?
Sure.
All right, one more, Marley.
And then there's a little bit of yellow, which is, I think, an old sponge foot.
Yeah, an
like
old
it.
stalk of something.
I don't have any more look over. Never mind.
Okay, that's okay.
Oh, if you move your pan, if you
It's pretty big.
Oh, rack
rock
Rack
in.
back. Yeah, oh, yeah. Good point. I like it. Gets us some jam there. That's a good one. That's a good trick. All right,
It's a
Marley.
very dense chrysogorgid.
You rack the camera in and out of the vehicle?
Yeah.
You can see the metallic skeleton. This whole family has that really shiny skeleton underneath the tissue.
What's the larger bulb towards the bottom?
That's a squat lobster.
It's a squat lobster, yeah.
Life partner.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, platonic life partner.
All right, Marley, go ahead and come wide.
Yeah, great. So, Jess, it can either be whichever side is easier for you with the arm.
Okay.
If the side on the left, just take a snip off of what's sticking towards us.
Sure thing.
That would be great.
Yeah, for sure.
It amazes me that I don't think I've ever seen, you know, I may have seen like a really small one of those corals without a squat lobster, but pretty much if the coral is big enough for you to spot, it has a squat lobster.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know, it's like, how does that one work?
I know. That's something that some people have been working on.
Or
That's why.
the isopod in the deep star area?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Oh my gosh.
how does that one work?
It's complicated.
Yeah. It's also why we try, when we do sample like corals that we know have an associate that seems to be there every time, we try and sample the associate with the coral so that there can be some work done to try and understand that relationship.
Right.
It helps to have both, like you need to have both specimens to really
Marley,
first
push in there,
fully
please?
ID them and then start getting into those details of
That's great.
how do they find each other.
So this is not going to be slurpable, correct? This is going in a
Correct.
box.
This should go in a box.
All right. Roger. So what piece intrigues you where?
The piece that's kind of farthest left.
So kind of along this fan here?
Yes. And just a couple branching points in. So it doesn't need to be a ton, maybe 10 centimeters in.
Okay, so maybe somewhere around like here.
Yeah.
Okay. Roger.
And it should
I have bubbles squared up to
pretty
the
much
porch
just
just
like
to give you that
crisp
perspective.
off when you close on it.
Out here?
Yeah, you can come a little closer to us.
It might go anyway.
Yeah, just take that. Great.
All right, science, where's this going?
Do you think it'll fit in a small one, or is it too wide?
It's not gonna. How floaty is it? Not very floaty.
It's not floaty, but it's light. If there's current, it'll blow.
It would be easiest to put it in a larger box. We could probably get it into a smaller box, but you risk breaking off some of the bits into other boxes.
Would you prefer it being in a larger box?
Let's put it in a larger box.
Yeah,
and we can just double it up with coral.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then it doesn't matter. You could put it in.
Lambda or omega?
You could put it in omega. I'll check about lambda in a second. Also, I just have to say this is our 100th sample.
Ooh.
This is the 100th sample.
This is the 100th sample.
You
pretty
are
exciting.
the 100th sample. Congratulations, your prize is trip to the surface.
You want any tighter zooms on this, or are you good with the screen grabs?
I got a bunch, so I think we're good.
Roger.
And yeah, why don't you put it in Lambda? We have a sponge there already, so it's a
Sure.
good buddy.
Lambda.
Lambda it is. All right, Marley, you want to
I would say this is maybe Jason Isis.
Yeah, that's what I have. Large tri-branching.
Yeah.
All right, pull back and going for Lambda, Roger.
Ready when you are.
All right, go ahead.
Is the sponge floaty?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We're going to find out. Got it.
Yeah, let's just go kind of slow. I love these boxes.
That should be good.
Oh, we have 2 sponges in there.
Oh, that's weird. Maybe it fell in. I'll take a look in a sec.
They're 2 very different sponges.
Yeah, I see that.
You should be, yep, perfect.
Nice.
Yay.
I should be able to bump the drawer and get it to fall the rest of the way.
Okay.
Great.
Nice.
Thanks, Greg.
And there's a crinoid in Omega as well.
Oh.
And then we want a sponge. Is that correct?
Yes. If we can grab that one that is a little thicker right there of the 2 stalks.
Of the 2 that we just imaged?
Yeah.
Sure thing. Are you going to push on in there a bit? And we're going to flush these. That's perfect. Thanks, Marley.
Yeah, I do wonder how flexible they are, so kind of give it a poke to see.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure.
A poke, trim, and slurp.
They look pretty bendy. Bendy, yeah?
Yeah, I think it'll go.
Data, do you want this logged as a separate sample? Yeah.
Yes, definitely. But if it's the same location, you can just tack it on to the end.
How much do you want? You want it up here or do you want it lower?
Let's just take the whole thing.
Oh, Roger. Okay. Let me actually reassess. Somewhere out here then?
Yeah, that looks great.
And you've got a really good view and bubble.
Thank you. Might be slightly hitting that coral, but it seems bendy.
And I would just pull up, because if the base comes with it, then the base comes with it. It won't be.
Yeah, that's great.
So we'll stick that end into the tube.
Want a tied up shot of this here real quick?
Yeah, and Data, which jar are we going into?
Let's go to 3.
Go ahead and push
Going
on in a
into
bit more if
3.
you want.
Do we know if it was flushed?
If 3 of us flushed?
No, if the tube was flushed.
Tube was, I don't know. Not sure.
Probably not.
We do have samples in 1 and 2.
Yep, tube has been flushed.
Roger.
Okay. One.
We did get the base, it looks like.
2.
That's great.
3. Nice. All right, so you're lined up on 3.
Roger.
And let's... Yeah, I guess maybe go with the basin first.
Yeah, I agree with that one. All right, Marley, go ahead and push on invert, please.
And
That's
I'm
great.
ready to turn on suction when you give me the word.
Roger.
You're just outside, yep.
Oh. All right, go ahead.
Nope, still outside.
Sorry.
Suction is on. No, not. And then just bring it in nice and slow.
Ready?
Out, you're underneath. It's at a slight weird angle, so yeah, you have to, there we go. All right.
All right, I see it going in there now.
Yep. Yeah, I would let it go. Give it a bump. The bend might be not happy.
Is that at 100% suction?
Yep.
Should I grab it then and pull it out and we put it in a bin?
Yeah, I would rotate around though so you don't cut it. I've zeroed suction, so it's not going to just bounce into something.
Okay.
Right, so this way you can just pinch it with the Tygon.
Yeah.
All right, Megan, where else are we putting this? If not in a slurp.
Yeah, I think we should go for a little bin.
Little bin.
Yeah.
Copy.
And yeah, we could stick it on top of our 2 rocks. What do you think?
Indeed.
Good efficient.
Good efficient use of space.
Yeah, saving up this room. So go for D.
Roger. Well, so here goes Q-tip.
Flush.
All right, Marley, go ahead and come right there. This looks pretty floaty, so we might have to kill the lats. Or the vert, sorry. Sorry, that might be. Just enough. Whew.
This is Sponge 101.
Okay, you are set.
All things sponges.
I'm all clear for
All right,
the
cameras. We're going to open slowly to make sure we're not taking out any corals.
Do we have any floaty bits in here so far?
No, we're working with pretty much only what we got. So 2 rocks and a rock with a coral.
Roger.
So we're just going to try and dangle that down into D.
Yeah. Gonna booby trap it for everyone else.
Say that 10 times fast.
The reason I'm not opening the rest of the way is that there's a coral that would be unhappy if we did.
Roger.
It's good to have a challenge.
Yeah.
It looks particularly like a cattail here.
Decapitated cattail. Okay, I'm at least in the bin.
Yep.
Coming
So
down.
just keep going down. There you go, yeah. Shoulder up a little bit and wrist down. Just to try and sink it home as much as we can.
I think that's pretty much all synced. I'm seeing them up on the side there. All right.
Yep,
Should we
go
kill some
for it.
verts?
Sure.
Ben, you want to watch 12 and make sure we don't approach the coral?
Yeah.
Let's see. Starboard vert. Ready?
Yeah. All right.
Hang on, that did nothing. Kay. Still did nothing. There, it's off.
Yeah, you're off.
Roger.
So let go.
Ready?
Going laterally.
Starboard vert back on. And that is falling down and in. I'm going to close the box.
Go ahead.
Nicely done.
Nice.
And that completes Sponge 101.
I think that was Sponge 501.
I'm so glad because I was going to have to take it in summer school. So.
It's good. It's like a live online class for the world.
It's a MOOC.
A MOOC. Are those still a thing?
The wrist trail is like the closest you can get into yourself.
Is a MOOC? Massive online
It's a good trick.
something class.
Oh.
I like that.
These are big free online classes.
Cool.
Or paid.
All right, you're in your main HD, so I'm going to go to normal ops.
Roger that.
If we want to do a Niskin, should we do it here or should we come up?
We could do either.
Either way
I mean,
is
we
fine.
have the arm up and ready to go, so.
Whatever is best for you guys.
Oh, I can do, whatever is more better for your side.
More better. Here would be great. We're essentially amidst
Sure,
all
then here we go.
all the goodies.
Roger.
Which
The
Niskin?
goodies. 9 through 12.
Okay.
Your choice.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you just did it, yep. All right. Back to Drunken Bubble.
Drunken Bubble. Um, 9 through 12.
9 is yellow, but it's got that little bit of tape, orange tape kind of laying on it.
That one's 10, isn't it? The orange one?
10 is orange.
So this is the 9 here, right?
Right. 8's the one that's dripping down, but you just nudged 9. That one's 9.
This one's 9A.
Yeah, nice.
You guys got an eye on the camera there?
Got an eye on the camera.
Okay. Gonna start pulling 9.
Triggered.
Triggered?
You're good.
Yep. Water clamp engaged.
Water clamp.
Jess, you're killing it today.
Yeah, you're doing a fantastic job, Jess.
Ooh, there's a halosaur back there.
Thanks, guys.
See it?
Oh, yeah, there's a nice fish over there.
Tell you what, this is just a really great place. Can we just hang out here? It's a good
I
neighborhood.
wish. Yeah, we gotta check out the rest of the neighborhoods.
Okay. It's massive open online course.
Oh, okay.
By the way.
Anything else you guys want to sample here?
I think I'm gonna hold off.
Roger. Sounds good.
Well, don't do it on our account.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm doing it on account of the overall mission.
The mission.
Sacrifices must be made.
All right. You guys want to look around the neighborhood upslope a bit there?
Yeah, let's do it.
Roger.
All right, so I'm in a position where you can proceed up slope a little bit.
All right, I'm just going to go directly across.
I'm just gonna go back to normal
So
salvo.
But yeah, there's like more than
065.
half a dozen types of coral here, plus sponges, which is pretty high.
Well, I'm
diversity.
looking, hang on, I'm looking.
We've got
You want to go 065? I'm
Metallogorgia,
looking
Chrysogorgia.
330 right now, so let's get her. So she's
some
got
type of bamboo.
plenty of
branching
tether to
bamboo.
Got it.
kind of start moving.
Corallidae. The
Yeah.
zoanthids on Corallidae. There was Iridogorgia.
But that should take us to the next waypoint and right across this.
I'll keep
thing.
going when I see him again.
Right.
Beautiful feature.
I really
and
like
weird ones too.
Right.
Because you had the strange like basket formation of the
Right.
polyps.
Interesting growth forms, yeah. And that pycnogonid was super cool. I love them. Even though they creep me out.
Yeah, but I was going to say, still not your favorite underwater creature.
No, because it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Any creature that sticks its proboscis into something else to suck away its life force is pretty intense.
I mean,
snared by coral.
These corals have
a nice
The coral growing a basket around the anemone,
I
though,
know.
that was,
That's wild.
that's like a lifelong battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I mean, because how long would that be
We'll come
going
back
on?
in 20 years to find out who's, you
yeah.
know,
If
who
it
to
has
bet
like
on.
formed a whole suffocation chamber.
Yikes. we would be talking decades, though, right? For it to kinda grow
Maybe,
those around
I don't
here?
know
Like,
for sure.
what's
It might, the coral might be able to allocate more resources that way.
Okay.
Like towards that, so that it would.
I like that you said aliquot. True scientist. Aliquot out a little energy here.
Do a little too much lab work when I'm not on the ship. Aliquot away. We have plexarids, it looks like, those yellow ones. There's definitely a couple types of chrysogorgids, which is cool. Like you see the little short bushy ones, and then there's like the taller ones that are really thick and bushy, and then there's taller ones that have more sparse branching.
Right, and which
Is
one's the bottle brush one?
The tall ones. Can we take a look at, is this a white coral right below us?
The one that's kind of fanned inwards?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's
Can we take a look at that?
Yeah, for
Looks
sure.
like it's got some.
I don't think
some
we've seen.
friends, some associates.
Yeah. In fact, if we are going to look at that, we might also be able to get a really nice view when we tilt the camera up of all these corals right in front of us.
I dig it. I like it. Yeah, let's do it. I'll just put a nice little landing pad in here.
This is nice. I don't think we've seen this one so far.
It's weird that all the bigger sponges look dead.
It is weird.
And then those little stocky sponges are everywhere.
Is there like a issue of food availability at that point? I mean, or is there?
There might be.
Are they not resource limited?
I don't know. Yep. I would say they're not resource limited based on the other amount of life that's right here, but I'm not sure.
You want Doobie 2 favorites?
Do you want Doobie 2? Oh, is that a single ophiuroid? Yeah.
Yeah, one ophiuroid, brittle star. Very long legs. Looks like pleurocorallium, which we saw at our last site, which was that seamount off of in the northwest corner of Howland.
Not our last dive, our last location.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or rather.
And our last dive.
Yeah. Not our last session in the van.
Not our last session in the van, yeah. Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Whoa.
Yeah, and there's
Nice
zoanthids
job.
growing on there too. So see like the main stalk and like halfway up there's like pinkish tissue with bigger polyps on it.
Yes.
So those are zoanthids colonizing the the pleurocorallium. So, and interesting because we've been seeing a lot of yellow zoanthids, but we haven't seen these light pink ones very much, I don't think. That's great. We can come out.
Go ahead, Marley. It's such a beautiful, beautiful coral.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And if we just
Pan
look at
up
that
it.
sponge up there.
Yeah, what's
too.
growing
Whoa,
on the
this
sponge?
is
Oh my gosh.
awesome.
What a great view.
Yeah.
Go ahead and push on in there on that sponge there. Oh, wow. Is that a coral growing on it?
Those look like zoanthids as well.
Oh, Roger. I'm gonna do one touch up here.
Oh, and hydroids. And a little squat lobster.
Aw.
And barnacles.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
There's a
Didn't
whole
know
lot
so
going
much
on.
flew
Yeah.
on the sponge.
Dead sponge.
Dead sponge, right?
Dead guy, yeah.
Something kind of grotesque about the hydroids too. I don't know why. I don't think there's repeated shapes like that.
The repeated shapes.
I don't know why.
Did you guys want to look uphill a little bit too?
Yeah, I just want to get kind of get the overall shot of all those ones that were just to the right.
Sure thing. All right, Marley, go ahead and come wide, please.
It's beautiful colors right there.
Yes.
And there's that yellow black coral is interesting. That there's like the 2 pink and yellow ones, and in between them there's a yellow coral, and that looks like a black coral.
Oh, wow.
That we haven't seen. This looks like. And that.
If you want, I can push up a little bit, and Marley, you can zoom in a little bit.
You think those
Go ahead and zoom in past the light
that are
bar there.
pink and yellow are all the same species?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
rocks.
think it's.
Ophiuroids on them?
Yeah, so again, it's. Can't tell if it's a corallidae or a paragorgia. I think it's paragorgia.
Are you talking about the one over here?
Yeah, the pink underneath.
Oh.
And then the yellow on top are zoanthids.
Was that,
so
was
again,
that
you have
video?
that like double
Marley, was that you?
colonization.
What's up?
The black, did you notice that?
Did anyone else see
Yeah,
the black?
No.
Was there
No?
a flicker?
Okay, it's just the,
Okay.
It's just the TV.
It was just our screen.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't see that, yeah.
Minor heart attack. That's
Yeah.
fine. No worries. Be okay.
Ooh, like all the different colors here are
Yeah.
incredible.
Looks like there's a acanthogorgia in the back too, which
Yeah.
is something we haven't seen.
Do you want me to square up on any one of those, or? Just
No, I think let's just come back out, leave that framed with all of them for like 10 seconds.
Sure thing.
Somebody has a new screensaver.
So colorful.
Marley, you want to come a little wide there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bamboo up there too. Nice.
Beautiful.
There's so many different.
I cannot get over this place.
I know, it's awesome.
This is just magical.
Yeah. If only we had a purple coral.
Oh, that's what we need, Victor Gorgia. That's who we're missing.
All right, where else do you want me to look around here?
I think let's start heading up
Roger.
up the little slope.
All right, Marley.
See if we see the same level of abundance and diversity as we go up.
Res has been solid.
Yeah.
Rock on.
It's a great start to our
So
watch.
All right, I'm ready for a ship move then.
Are you?
Yeah.
You don't want to? Okay. I'm going to do 065. Okay.
Sounds good.
So yeah, we've got swing around towards me because I'm at 315.
065, Roger. So.
I'm going to start that movement.
Sure. Go ahead. Coming up. Would you mind giving me the porch there?
Yeah.
So beautiful. Let's take a peek around the back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just as we go.
So as we go. Actually, Mario, you want to do a partial zoom
Oh,
there?
that's beautiful.